Who's got the funk? I got the funk. Yeah. Who's got the funk? Uh-huh. Yo, what's up, family? Jonathan E. Triumphant here. Don't ever tell me I got nothing to say, because I'll talk for forever and a day about nothing. Well, welcome. It's day 105 million of the purge. And you know what? Faith, hope, and love are still alive. That's right. Welcome to the resistance. And the resistance isn't mine, it's not exclusive. It belongs to Jesus Christ, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And you know what? You can kill the messenger, but you'll never, ever, ever kill the message, you know? And Jesus Christ is the message. He was the Word made flesh who lived and dwelt among us. And he died and rose again. And no matter who you are, there's grace, God came to save sinners, you know. And man, I'll tell you, I was a chief, you know. I was a chief, but who the Son sets free is free indeed. And so don't give me that, we don't forgive, we don't forget nonsense. Because if that was the case, then we'd all be obliterated, you know. Obliterated. I need to get hooked on phonics, yo. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's all good. And one day soon, everything's going to come into the light. It already is, and people are waking up, and not in the way that controlled opposition hope they will. Some of that's happening too, but it's just bam. It's like an avalanche. It's all coming out. And Jesus Christ is on the move, you know. And that's one thing the handlers don't realize is that you can't handle Jesus Christ, He's a flipping hurricane. And we didn't put ourselves in this earth. We didn't put ourselves in this earth suit, And it doesn't matter what you believe. You're not God. You can't design God. God designed you, and He designed me. And He's got a plan and a purpose, and no one can trump that. It doesn't matter who they are, you know, or what their agenda is. He's got an agenda too. It's called Agenda Alpha and Omega. He is the beginning, and He is the end, you know and He's got a plan and a purpose. And so I got one more day. I got one more minute here to tell you that Jesus Christ is the answer. And no matter what you're going through, He cares, and He's bigger than that. You can give someone a gang stalking car. You can give them money. You can bribe them. You can brainwash them and do all kinds of stuff to them. And I mean, it doesn't really matter, you know? You can't give someone joy inside. Yeah, you can give them temporary pleasure, freedom that lasts, for a little bit here and there. But the wages of sin is death. And, before you know it, it's going to catch up. It's going to catch up on all of us, you know? And it's really sad to see what's going on in the world. I mean, even the animals are in flipping bondage, and that's heartbreaking to see, animals going extinct and stuff like that. And to just look at the whole big picture of how polluted things are. Chemtrails are real, and, so is social engineering. And, I mean, hokey, 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 hokey white bear, Batman. Man, step right up and mob the cosmic clown, why don't you? You know? It's unbelievable that I generate that kind of hatred and attention. And what? On a pack of lies? It's ridiculous. You don't know me at all. You know the words of a bunch of psychopathic lying bullies. And I'm sorry for every TI out there that's going through this. I am sorry. Know that I pray for you without ceasing. And perps, I pray for you too. And redemption is still available. I'm here to preach to sinners. I'm here to tell sinners that Jesus Christ loves them. I mean, there's none righteous, no, not one. If you want to say that you're not going to forgive, you don't forgive, and you don't forget, what about you? How blinded are you to your own ego? You know? I mean, my goodness, God says that, if that's the measure you're going to use and the standard you're going to set up against God and His anointed, you know, God is going to set the same standard up. Why don't you take the log out of your own eye, while you're trying to take the speck out of mine, and it's just incredible to me. You know, Satan has a different lie package for everyone that participates. For the government controlled tax exempt churches, he's got one lie package that, we're the bad guys, TIs are the bad guys, and, they're going to set them straight. You know, if you fall under that category and you think you're a Christian and you're participating in this program, know that you're a murderer. You're responsible for the death of people, and you're aligned with a pack of murderers. Straight up, you know? You've thrown your lot in with them. And you know what? You can say, oh, well, it's war, and, I mean, whatever, right? The end justifies the means, This is our Machiavellian dark army, And who cares? We're going to rip it up and burn it down, and, chaos is going to reign supreme, you know? But you know what? I'll tell you something. We cannot defy gravity. I mean, maybe we can make a machine, and we have to do so. But there are universal laws that govern us all. And you will reap what you sow. And you can say, oh, yeah, buddy, you're reaping what you sowed. No, 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 And it's true, I am. I haven't done the things you've accused me of. That's heartbreaking to me, by the way. The things that you guys do to me and set me up. If you're participating in this program, know that you're being lied to. People on, some people think, oh my goodness, we're doing the remote neural monitoring. Listen to these guys' thoughts. No, no, no. And meanwhile, they're being flippin' demonized by a bunch of witches and having V2K and thoughts implanted in their heads. You're all duping each other. It's like, man, the whole thing is just wild to me, So I'm telling you, we need some ghosts in the machine, If you're on the dark side and you're working for Vader, why don't you come on over to the light? We got room at the table for you. It doesn't matter who you are or where you've been, There's forgiveness and grace available to you right now. And I'm here still to tell you that it's available to you right now. And it doesn't matter if the whole world is psychopathic, and they're all having a good go at targets, Know that these people have been defamed. Part of this, you need to read about the new Phoenix program, COINTELPRO, MK Ultra, and know that part of this is a slander and smear campaign where people have been systematically dissected and picked apart and set up and just toyed with in a million ways from Sunday. And who does that? Psychopaths do that. This is a psychopath control grid. And, here's the thing, and I'll warn you over and over again, perps, that you know what? Like, who do you think they're going to come after TIs when they're trying to hide the evidence? They've sold you a package of lies. They're going to come after you. And if you think that you're not working for the top 1% because it's all been systematically shifted around by the syndicate, then know that you've been duped, You're working for the 1%, whether you realize it or not, And if you all think that you're going to rip the world apart and destroy and kill and maim and hurt and deceive and mock and torture and human traffic and all the other pitiful and heinous things you're doing, and you're going to get away with it because you're in the in club, know that you are in for a world of hurt, So I'm calling you out today, and I'm saying, come on over. Why don't you be real rebels and embrace a real spirit of courage? Why don't you put the bong down? Stop doing lines of coke, or lines of chemtrails anyway, if that's what you're high on, Maybe you're being V2K'd and messed with and blackmailed anyway. Why don't you let the chips fall? You'll never regret it, And to TIs, know that joy comes from deep inside. It comes from heaven, And you can have peace like a river if you trust in Jesus Christ. He's come to set you free, and who the Son sets free is free indeed. He will give you joy abundant. He will carry you. Yes, you will suffer. You will feel pain. But you know what? You're headed towards everlasting paradise. This body is an earth suit, And it doesn't matter the things that they mock me about with the flesh and stuff. Please, you guys have broken me in a million ways from Sunday long ago. I don't care about that stuff. You've robbed me, poisoned me, assaulted me with ELFs, slandered me, smeared me in the most disgusting and heinous ways. You think I have an ego left? No. Thank you. Thank you. You have helped me abundantly. I am so thankful for you guys doing that. You're clinging on to your gang stalking cars and your sexcapades and everything else you got going. You think that I'm dying because you took that all away from me? I could care less. And you know what? You can kill the body, but you can't take the soul. And my soul belongs to Jesus Christ. He's put his stamp on me. I'm adopted. My name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life, and nobody and nothing can take that away. And everything you do to me, God will turn around for my good and his glory. And that's just the truth. So why don't you come on over? You know, we've got a whole family history of Rahabs and Pauls. We got room for pirates. Heck, I used to be one. Doesn't matter if they lie to you and tell you otherwise. It's the truth. Oh, they mocked me. They tried to take the worst pictures of me, do the worst things, mock me, make memes of me, show photos of me. Thought they were belittling me and destroying me. You know what? I don't care about that. I haven't cared about that for forever and a day. That's what you care about. That's why you're trying so hard to shoot your arrows at me and they're not penetrating. You know? Do what you do. Isn't that your whole motto? Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. You know? Right? You know? And maybe you're like, oh no, that's not me. I'm a community policer. I'm cleaning up. I'm part of the Justice League. Do you really believe that? You know? Do you really believe that? Wow. If you do, I sincerely feel sorry for you. Because how are you part of any kind of justice when you're lying, deceiving, mocking, and murdering? There's no justice in that. There's no love. You're not building a better civilization by killing off those that you deem to be immoral or reprobate. That's a total lie, too, because by doing what you're doing, you're being immoral. You're being a reprobate. You're delusional, you know. And the Word of God talks about that in 2 Thessalonians 2. You should check it out, because you didn't love the truth. You didn't care to know the truth about me. You gathered a whole bunch, they gathered a whole bunch of lying witnesses about me and set me up and messed with me and monitored things and altered them. And you've been duped. You did not care to know the truth about me or other TIs. You never cared. You didn't care to know the truth about this program. As long as you were winning, that's all you cared about. You cared about you. So because you care about you, and you don't care about human rights or freedoms, you have exalted yourself above God, and you have placed yourself in the position of God. And God will not be mocked. You are not God. So he's calling you out. He's like, come on, I got grace, I got love, I got mercy, I got forgiveness for you, I got redemption for you. But if you don't take it, he's going to deal you a hand of judgment because he's got no choice, because that's how the universe works. If you don't go right, you go left, or whatever. A tree's a tree, a bumblebee's a bumblebee. I mean, it is what it is, as y'all say. Who am I? No one. So think about why there's so much hatred and anger being generated towards it. No one. Because, man, I'm getting perked by the big boys now. Always was. I was set up by some big people. I've had some big players in this that have been wanting to silence me for a long time before y'all had your dark awakening. I was out there spouting the truth about the New World Order years ago. I was calling out the rich and the corrupt and the pedophiles and everything else. I was. And, it just blows me away. It blows me away, you know? So you're being deceived. You're being lied to and duped. And, the one thing I've always seen is that, every war's got their foot soldiers, and they're dispensable, you know? You really think that the generals of this thing care about you? They don't care about you, They care about themselves. They're in it for themselves, you know? I mean, vampires, man. Just feeding, feeding, feeding. It's a vampire feeding frenzy. But even biology shows us that psychopaths will not win. They will not win. They've built this up and they've taken over and we've let them because people turn their backs on the truth. I mean, they were clever. I'll give them that. They're a smart bunch, but they're not God, and God is ancient and his wisdom is ancient, and God uses the foolish things of this world. And, the lowly and the despised, that's who God uses because his power is made perfect in weakness, you know? I'm just a vessel, I'm just a broken man, but I'm here for one more day to share this message with you. And the message is repent and turn away from this, you know? Put away your own agenda, you know? You will reap what you sow. You cannot destroy and murder people, and do it all covertly and then all gang up together, and have a good laugh about the wicked and evil things you've done. There's no justification. None. You know? That's what the Nazis did. It's really sad. So, anyway, I love you, even if you don't love me, I must pray for your hands to be bound, for you to stop perpetrating wickedness against me and others. You cannot abuse the marginalized, the used, the abused, the confused, the slandered, the smeared, you know. You can't do that and expect to get away with it, Not on a carnal, human, secular level. You can't. And you can't do it on a spiritual level and say you're enlightened. That's not enlightenment, Oh, what was one of the threats that was given me, Um, oh, we just gotta, you know, dig a hole for you, or oh no, sometimes you gotta put something back into the earth, right? You know? Do y'all think I'm so stupid I don't pick up on these things? You know? Well, you know what? Sometimes when you're doing that, you trip and fall, and you fall into the hole you dug for someone else. And that's not a threat from me because I don't threaten. I don't hate. I'm not a hater. I'm not a player, you know? Thank you for breaking me. Sincerely, Thank you, you know? I mean, you have allowed Jesus to do a magnificent work in my heart for his good and his glory. And it ain't about me, and I'm still broken, you know? But I'm broken for him, and it's allowed me to get to know the Lord, and the Lord to know me on a deeper and more intimate level, and I'm so thankful for that, So, enjoy the video, cut it up, edit it, re-edit it, you know? Make memes, do everything you can, but know as you do that, you're reaping destruction upon yourself. But you're going to do what you're going to do, you know? And for those of you pretending to be Christians, that's a big no-no. That's a big, bad no-no, I'm not telling you this to shame you, Your hearts are super hard. I've never seen anything like the things and the threats that I've made record of, about me, about the elderly, about different things. Unbelievable. Wow, satanic psychopaths, But no one is above redemption. No one. So heed the call, Heed the call. And keep on dancing on sunshine to you guys, you know. I mean, hope is coming. Love is coming. faith is coming. It's all coming into the light, all of it. You know, it's gonna get dirty. It's gonna get gritty. But I guarantee you, you will be redeemed and reconciled and restored. And remnant, you got forever in paradise. And no one can take that away from you. No one. Nothing. You're glory bound. You know. So you got a home in glory that outshines the sun. So I love you. We made it another day. So praise him. Praise you, Lord. Bless you, Jesus. Holy are you. Worthy are you. Okay, family. I hope you have peace like a river. Again,